AMAC on the mix. Ugh.
Yo, what up, guys? AMAC back with another quick tip, and today we're going to talk about the most important thing for you to know if you're pursuing a career in audio. And that, my friends, is signal flow. From the beginning of your project to the end of your project and everything in between, signal flow is always a factor. So first things first, what is signal flow? Signal flow is the path the signal takes from its origin to its final destination. Let's take a vocal as an example, and let's say we're recording it right here in my home studio. The first thing in your signal flow chain is going to be the singer. The singer is going to sing or output into this microphone. Then it's going to go out of the microphone into my preamp. Out of my preamp, into my interface, out of my interface, and into Pro Tools. Through everything in Pro Tools, out of Pro Tools, back into my interface, out of my interface, into my speakers, and then the sound is going to be pushed out of my speakers for me to hear. So why is this important for you to know? If you're going to be an audio engineer, you're going to be tasked with being the person who knows why signal is not happening. And so what's the first thing you're going to do if you're not getting signal from the microphone into Pro Tools? Well, you need to check if the microphone has been plugged in, and then you need to follow the chain to the preamp. Make sure all your settings are correct for you to be able to get signal through it. See if all your cables are plugged in correctly. Follow the chain again to the interface to see where that microphone is plugged into the interface to make sure you chose the right input in Pro Tools. Maybe the monitor switch just didn't get turned on and your speakers aren't outputting anything. It's all as simple as that. But the quicker you can get through that, the better the session is always going to go. Signal flow, signal flow, signal flow. Now, outside of recording a signal, let's talk about how it works in mixing. Once we've recorded everything, now we're going to have an input signal. And that input signal is then going to start going in to your plugins and out of a plugin into your second plugin, out of your second plugin into your third, and so on and so forth. How the signal goes in and out of each of those plugins is important for the sound. It's just like if you were in an analog situation and you were using a bunch of these pieces of gear, which plugins are all emulated out of. So the order of your plugins matters. If you have a compressor first and then EQ, you're going to be EQing a compressed sound. If you have an EQ first and a compressor second, you're going to be compressing an EQ'd sound. And now, once we have everything going through our plugins, all my vocals and vocal effects go to an all vocal bus. All my instrument buses eventually go to an all instrument bus. And then I send both of those to my mix bus where I start, affecting the entire mix together. Now, why does the signal flow matter here? Because once I put plugins on that master, everything I do in all of my other stages is affecting that input and that output, and it's making the sound different. So we always have to know what our intentions are and what our stages are from input to output of everything. And that's all signal flow is input to output, input to output, input to output. Signal flow is where it all starts and where it all ends. And once you get to understand the concept, I guarantee recording, mixing, and everything in between is going to go so much smoother. And that's all I got for y'all today. Peace.